Hello, Shining Light. Today I want to talk to you about depression and overcoming it one step at a time. Sometimes we think, "Oh, wow, I've been depressed for so long and it's never going to let up." And that kind of thinking is even negative, and it puts you back into a spiral of, "Oh, what's wrong with me?" and "Why can't I get my act together?" And you just continuously are in a cycle of putting yourself down, feeling bad about yourself, and judging yourself. Now, if you've been depressed, have experienced depression, or been in depression long enough, you realize that day to day is hard. And okay, so if you're a functioning depressed person, which I have been for so many years, it just means that you can still do the day to day. You can go to work. You can drive, you can get out of bed and take care of your responsibilities, but you're just unhappy. And everywhere you look, you just see negativity and nothing in your life feels right. So that is a form of depression. Even, again, I call it like functioning depression. Then you have the chronic crippling conditions where you can't get out of bed, you don't want to eat, you sleep too much, you don't sleep enough. Your relationships are starting to deteriorate, you are starting to deteriorate, your health, your mental state. And these are more severe forms. So, I'm going to suggest something that is nothing new to anyone, but it's something that has worked for me, and it can work for people who are functioning and those who are suffering from chronic depression, and it's just hard for them to even find motivation just to get out of bed. And I'm talking about making a list. Now, one part of my personality which helps me is I actually like to be organized. I'm not to the point of OCD, but I can function better when things are in their place. I'm like that about, at any job that I've had. My desk is always clean, it's organized. I know where to find something just like that. There are no piles of paper to shuffle through. Now, people who multitask, they're a different breed, but we're not going to talk about multitasking. We're going to talk about making a list. So, people who have great time management skills, they make a list and then they check off what's a priority, right? So, when you're dealing with depression and you're a functioning person with depression, you can make a list, priority, high priority top, low to the bottom, right? And then you just check off your list. And if you get to some, big deal. If you don't get to all of them, as long as you've kind of taken care of, most of your list, and then you can roll over some of those other things to the next day. What you don't want to do when you don't finish your list is start beating yourself up about it. That's going to defeat the whole purpose of it. Now, people who are functioning, they'll be able to easily, write out a list. Okay, top priority, I got to get to work, I got to make money, I need to pay these bills. That will allow you to open up your schedule to find time to do things like meditate, to go for walks. This is time management not only for your life but for yourself. And that's what we do when we start to work our way towards normalcy, to come out of this condition. We set aside time for our responsibilities, time for our life, our families, and a priority is making time for ourselves. And when we do these lists, you write down on that list not just responsibilities, but your responsibility to yourself. And that means self-care. That means detox baths, walking in nature, getting your hair and your nails done, getting a massage, those going to counseling, those things that will help you start to see what you past the fog of depression, so that you can deal with what you need to without stressing yourself out and being stressed. Now, let's talk about those who are having problems, those of you who can barely get out of bed. I have been there. That bed is a warm cocoon of safety, of warmth, of peace. It feels good against your skin. You just sink into it and you can just sleep. And you don't have to worry about getting up and dealing with, what is it now? A job that I hate, a relationship that I'm in, a shame, a guilt of something. I have no food in the refrigerator. I have no money. All of these things, I understand. I have been there. It is too much to bear. And thinking about them stresses you out, and it puts you in a spiral of inability to do anything, immobility. So, what do? Right? I suggest making the same list. However, if you are dealing with severe chronic depression, first of all, you know what I'm going to say. If you are feeling suicidal, please talk to someone. Seek help, get on medication, do what you need to do to save your life, okay? You have to make the choice, number one, to save your life. Now, if you're not suicidal and you're just immersed in depression and have no idea how to get out of it, you need a bit of clarity, and you have to start day by day. You're not going to just wake up one day and just go, I'm not depressed anymore. Well, if that happens, then maybe you need to look at maybe you're bipolar, or there could be, maybe it was, hormone problems, PMS. I don't know, but that's pretty drastic. So I am specifically talking about if you have been dealing with this for a minute and you're crippled. Okay, so you make your list. Put one thing on that list. So, okay, I got my list here, right? First thing on this list to do is shower. Okay, so what do? You're going to get out of bed. You're going to go and you're going to take a shower. And that's it. Forget the rest of this. Forget the rest of this. Take a shower, and I mean take a good one too. And then when you get out of the shower, you congratulate yourself, and then you celebrate. Does that sound ridiculous to you? It shouldn't, because just like you are learning to make your way to your true self, back towards whom you need to be, you used to be, or who you should be, you have to learn to walk like before you can run, just like any child. You take baby steps. When you congratulate and celebrate, that equals motivation. All right? Congratulate, celebrate equals motivate. What happens when you do that with a child, right? They take their first steps. You're like, congratulations, right? And then you celebrate. You're like, yay, first birthdays, first steps. That motivates that child to want to do more. You have got to do that for yourself. It doesn't matter how simple it is. You took a shower, you combed your hair, you put on maybe you put on a little smell good. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you got out of the shower, you stepped into some clean clothes, and you got on the couch because that's all you can do. It doesn't matter. Okay? If your step 2 is make it to the couch instead of getting out of the bed, you congratulate yourself. You celebrate that. And then you motivate yourself to do more. So on this list here, okay, maybe, you've been able to get out of the couch and you're moving around and you see this pile of laundry and you're like, I just can't. Then don't do that dang laundry, okay? Or decide, you know what? I think I can wash just the colors. The idea is not to overwhelm yourself, not to stress yourself out, to do what you can do one step at a time, okay? Because what do? You're gonna put you're gonna have these piles of laundry all in the laundry room, and you're gonna go in and you're gonna look at it and you're gonna go, I can't deal. And then it's gonna set you back to where you do nothing. So, if you have a mound of clothes and, you've got your kids are running around and, you're like, I have things to do, then wash only 3 days worth of clothing. Pick out 3 outfits for them, wash it. And at the end of that 3 days, if you're feeling better, wash some more. But you know what? Who cares if that laundry stays there? That laundry's not doing anything to you. You have to take care of your mentality, your mind, your body, your spirit first. And that means one step at a time, one day at a time. So make your list. And if that just means I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feed myself today, I'm going to make sure that I eat something good that nourishes my body. Celebrate, congratulate, motivate yourself. That's what's important. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up so that I can get my message out to the world and continue building this community of like-minded people, those who are ready to be free of anxiety, depression, and stress so that they can live their best life. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.